Yo, so I'm gonna just get right to it. I mean, because I feel as though a lot of people, like when it comes to like text messaging or just writing, typing, and all that, a lot of messages and uh, when you try and get your point across, it doesn't come out right. Like a lot of people get confused and all that. Okay, my reason for the post that I posted up regarding um, people complaining about homeschooling their children. This is what I meant, even though I thought I wrote it pretty clear. Now, I mean, you got people complaining about the current situation and having to homeschool their children. Okay, I get it. It's not easy. Not even arguing that. But some people that I see complaining, I'm not dropping names on that, so don't even come on here on no goofy shit. Some people that I see complaining are on here after they've been all year long living their best life, just turning up, tearing the bar down at the let-outs, all that. They've been doing that all year round. So now the government says, listen, we have this pandemic with this coronavirus, whatever is going on. Schools is canceled for like 4 months. School's going to be canceled to the end of the school semester, school year. It's going to be canceled. Children are to be homeschooled. We giving y'all laptops. We giving y'all, the Google Classroom. You're going to have everything done on the computer and all that free internet. We give you all this. All you got to do is, as a parent, do your job as a parent and teach and assist or fully teach your students, your kids at home. People are complaining about that. But at the end of the day, that's been your job. It's like people waited for the government to force them to do this. When you gave birth, you became a mother or a father or a parent. This is what it was. You signed up for this. You signed up to be parents. Granted, sending them to school lifted a little weight off your shoulders. They eat over there. You don't have to monitor them and all that. You could be at home resting, or you could be at home, or you could be working somewhere. So you don't have to monitor. Granted, it lifted a slight burden. But at the end of the day, this is the power you gave them. This is the power you gave the government. Now, and the same way you gave them the power to educate your children, you gave them the power for them to say, no, you educate your children. You understand? And that's what they did right now. They said, you educate your children. You educate your child. And y'all want to complain about that. Because now the government's telling you to do your job. Yeah, it's not easy. Nobody's saying it's easy. I've never said it was easy. I have a lot to learn myself. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying is this. Don't complain about doing your job. Because you can't sit here and tell me, oh, it's overwhelming because I work 5 days a week and all that. Yeah, you work 5 days a week and you have 2 days off, right? And check this out. Them 2 days you've been having off all these years before this little pandemic, y'all been doing what? Turning up. Y'all been having get-togethers, traveling around the country, around the world, and all that. And now, you mean to tell me not one time y'all didn't decide to take one of them little days y'all had off and say, you know what? I'm going to get my kids and we're going to hit these books. But now the government forces y'all to do this because of the circumstances, and y'all want to be complaining all day. That shit look crazy. Now, I ain't say y'all didn't fuck with y'all kids. I said it looks as if, or it looks like y'all don't. And that shit looks crazy. That y'all all day on here, oh, these kids, oh, when the school opening back up. Like, listen, if you work 5 days a week, You understand what I'm saying? If you already feel like you don't have time for your kids, this is a fucking blessing right here. This is a blessing. Because now you get time with your kids. Now I mean, and you also sway away a little bit of that power that them teachers be having. Because them kids, you go to school, them kids don't be over there. Like some kids do get out of control and all that. Some kids do get out of control and be ready to attack teachers or, talk crazy to them. I was a kid that was ready to attack my teacher and all that. But that's because I had the reverse. I respected my guardian, my grandmother, and them the people that was raising me. I respected them more than I respected my teachers. Nowadays, kids respect their teachers more than they respect their parents. Why? Because their teacher, at the very least, is teaching them something. All we do at home, when the kids is at home, and I'm not a parent. I don't have children. Anybody that knows me knows that. I don't have children. But also, anybody that knows me knows how I am with children. Everybody knows exactly how I am with children. I mean, every time I see a child in need of anything, everybody knows I step up. People that know me know that. People that know me personally know that. So I don't want to hear, oh, well, you don't have children, you don't know how it is. Oh, it's okay to be with a child when you know you're going to give them back. And I don't want to hear none of that. Because the fact of the matter is, education is the most fundamental tool in their life. And you should be providing that. Not nobody else. Because then what happens is they become followers and students and children to somebody else. That's what it becomes. Oh, where you learned that at? I learned that in school. Where you learned this? I learned that in school. How you learn I learned that in school. What the hell is your parents teaching you? You understand what I'm saying? So for all the people that took it personal, I mean, y'all took it personal, all right, whatever. Tyra, I'm not talking about you. I know you didn't take it personal. I already know how you do. You try to like, if somebody has a vision, you try to like broaden their vision. You try to like, basically like allow them to have another outlook. And I appreciate you for that. Know what I mean? But you had other people on there that was like, made it a straight feminist movement, a straight sexist attack, where it was just like, oh, there's single mothers out here, and as a single mother and a single... First of all, I wasn't targeting single mothers. I wasn't targeting mothers, period. I said people, meaning in general. Do you understand what I'm saying? I said people, meaning as in general, meaning fathers, mothers, whether they together, whether they single, whoever. These people that are complaining like, no, stop that. Because if your son or your daughter could memorize Moneybag Yo, NBA Youngboy, Sam Santana, Cardi B, Light Skin Keisha, what's that other, Mulatto, whatever. Like, listen, if they could do that, if you could get them attracted to that, you could get them attracted to these books. Now, it seems to me that the people that are getting offended are people that are guilty of this. They know, they're like, damn, it's true. Like, I have been traveling all over the world. I've been to Jamaica, Aruba, Dominican Republic. I've been everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? When that time I've been in them places, my little vacation, I could have spent that with my kids, educating them. Because the fact of the matter is, times like this, times like these were bound to happen. Times like these were bound to happen. The only people and for anybody that claimed that they woke and they conscious and I'm book smart and I graduated from this and all that, it doesn't matter. None of that matters if you didn't expect these times right here. You understand what I'm saying? If you didn't expect these times right here, all them accolades, you graduated from this school, that school, you went to charter school, you in college, you got accepted to this school, you played ball for that school. None of that matters if you wasn't prepared for this. That's what it is. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, I don't have children. No, I do not have children. But my ideology comes from home. You understand? Yeah, I went to school. I couldn't go to kindergarten though, because they said when they tried to enroll me for preschool and kindergarten, they said I was already too advanced. How was I too advanced for preschool and kindergarten? How? That's because I learned from home. And that's what I'm saying. Like, and my grandmother was in a struggle. I got raised by my grandmother. My parents weren't even around. My dad was in jail. My mom was living her best life. I got raised by my grandmother and my uncle. You understand what I'm saying? And they were struggling. But they still managed to teach me math. While we was in school, while the classes was in school teaching 1 bean plus 1 bean equals 2 beans, my grandmother was teaching me all that on paper. You understand what I'm saying? Through the struggle. And we were struggling for real. Like, we were struggling real for real. Like, 1 SSI check, 6 kids, 5 kids in the household. You know, like 5 kids, 3 food stamp cards, or at that time food stamps, booklets or whatever. You understand? Yeah, the hustle, the struggle was real, but they still found a way to educate us at home. Nowadays, parents don't be educating at all. They strictly rely on YouTube, Google, and the school. That's it. The moment the government says no, y'all got to do all that at home, is a problem. Everybody all, oh my God, when the school coming back? Is over. They made it very clear. Y'all teaching these kids to fucking June. Deal with it. The fuck is y'all still complaining about? This shit is ridiculous, and y'all looking horrible as parents. Y'all looking horrible as parents, man. Dead ass, like. And I know, and it's crazy because a lot of them that I personally be seeing complaining, they don't even be single. They don't even be single. I mean, they be in a full-blown relationship, and even if they're not in a relationship, they was just dealing with somebody and was all happy, all jumpy, and bigging up the quarantine because they was staying with the man or the girl in the crib. You understand what I'm saying? So most households is having like 2 people, 2 adults. Know what I mean? Not every household is just 1 single mother or 1 single father. There's other relatives in the household too. They could assist. Like, come on, like, y'all just being lazy, man. Being lackadaisy too. Yeah, I only seen a few single mothers complaining. That's why I spoke. Yeah, I mean, majority of them is not single. Majority of them are, you know, you can go up and down their timelines and you're going to see a dude they all hugged up with. And you know, they had, just not too long ago, Christmas. Didn't we see a whole bunch of Christmas family pictures not too long ago? What the fuck happened from December to February and March that all of a sudden it's like, you know, now you don't have no assistance. Now it's extremely hard. You understand what I'm saying? What happened to that, to the females that are single? What happened to that dude y'all been chasing all year long, and he's been wanting to be with you when it's convenient, and when the taxes drop, he's rich. The taxes just dropped. I know that nigga's still around somewhere. The taxes just dropped. I know he's still around. And I'm not trying to make light of it or joke about it, but it's a reality. Like, if y'all would just prioritize yourselves and stop, you know, just like letting shit be. Yeah, if this dude is, listen, if this dude is grown enough, to come over to your crib and fuck you at night, you understand what I'm saying? For free, he should be grown enough to understand when you say, yo, you know, listen, like, I really ain't trying to go out this weekend, but, you know, I'm trying to spend some time with my kids, you know, help them with their little homework and all. You think you can help me with that? I'd be, like, he should be, you know what I mean, grown enough to be like, yeah, you know what, that's cool. You understand what I'm saying? But for the mothers that allowed this to happen, don't sit here and complain and get mad and all. Like these are decisions you're making. You understand what I'm saying? Now, granted, people that do know me know I'm a firm believer in where there are no good men, where there are no good women, there are no good men. That's a quote by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, who people that know me know I follow those teachings. So I'm a firm believer in that. So I do feel like most decisions women make that involve a man, I feel as though, yes, the woman might have made a bad decision, but I also feel like that man could have prevented that and chose not to. This is why I believe in where there are no good women, there are no good men. Because if a man is involved, whether he's a father, whether he's the stepfather, whatever the situation may be, if he could have prevented that bad decision, that bad move, whatever, then he's wrong for that. Because he could have prevented it and didn't. You feel me? But not to get all the way off track, stop complaining about having to teach our children. Because let me tell you what happens. The children's going to eventually lose respect for you. And something as small, and we might not see this, but something as small as this, right? We teach our children all year round, ever since they was born, about Christmas, Santa Claus, the elves, what the fuck is that shit called? The chimney, the gifts, all that. We teach about that, right? We make them faithful to that. Oh, when is Santa coming? When is Santa coming? But most of us live in apartments or houses that don't have chimneys. So there goes one lie. Secondly, reindeers cannot fly. There goes another lie. All them gifts under that tree, you and your man or whoever bought them, there goes another lie. You understand what I'm saying? And that a fat white man with a red suit and white beard and all that lives with his wife and all these little elves putting your gifts together and all that and distributing them all to all the good kids to fulfill whatever list you gave them and all that. There goes another lie. Then these kids get older and somebody else tells them the truth. Yeah, you might not look at it as nothing major right now, but that has a psychological effect on them, on how they look at you. You understand what I'm saying? And they might not show right away, but all them lies, plus future lies, and more lies to come, and more lies from the past, and lies, that makes you a liar, man. And who really respects a liar? Nobody wants to respect a liar. So what we need to do is start being more active in these children's lives. Let this be a lesson learned. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, what happened right now with this coronavirus can happen anytime. It can happen anytime. Everything they're doing, social distancing, stay at home, curfews, locking all these businesses down, that can happen anytime. Because they have the power to do that. We have given them the power to do that. Okay, it's cool. We have given them the power to do that. They could do it. But now that you know, be prepared. Be prepared. Because this ain't going to be the first time this happened. This ain't the first and this ain't going to be the last. Now, I mean, I got to sell you. Now, letting our kids believe in Santa doesn't make us a liars. Now, letting our kids believe in Santa doesn't make us... I mean, it's a lie. I mean, you might not feel like it makes you a liar, but you lying. Everything you selling them is a lie. And you allowing... I'm not saying that you become a liar. You can look at it how you want to look at it. I'm just saying it is a lie. All that is a lie. But then you allow somebody to tell them the truth. You allow somebody else to tell them the truth. And that tradition continues. That tradition just continues. Teach them about St. Patrick's Day. Now, I mean, you teach them about St. Patrick's Day, you tell them what you want, somebody will eventually tell them the truth. Teach them about any holiday. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is, in our households, blacks, Latinos and all that, one of the most beautiful days ever. A lot of food, a lot of family, a lot of love, a lot of pictures, everything be all love. Tell them the truth about Thanksgiving. Tell them the truth about it. See how they feel afterwards. You understand what I'm saying? But we don't do that. We allow somebody else to do it. When we got the power, they're in our household. They come out of our vaginas, or y'all vaginas. They come out of women vaginas. They are made by male sperm. However, we allow something outside of that to be their teacher, to be their educators. What? Nah. Start at home. Apple, what's popping, Mom? What's good? So no, I'm not saying letting them believe in Santa makes you a liar, but it is a lie. And if they decide to call you a liar, you can't even be mad because you lied. It is what it is. Somebody else will tell them the truth, and they will thank them for that at some point. The fact of the matter is, let home be their first school. Don't make home they school because of there's no other alternative. Oh, well, look, ain't nothing else we could do, so I gotta teach you at home. Nah, don't do that. Always teach them something. Like, people think automatically we become so enslaved to a system and to infrastructure that we think everything has to be like exactly how the government says. No, listen. You work 8 hours a day. I understand. Some people work. I work in warehouses and shit. Like, I can't come home, and I come home midnight. I can't come home to teaching kids. And if I wake up, I'm probably going to drag out of bed to teach a kid. All right, cool. But I'm not saying give every day, your all every day. I'm just saying after this little pandemic, work your 8 hours, give your child at least an hour, or your children a little hour and a half of something educational. I mean, we put on YouTube, Netflix, we put all types of stuff on all day. Watch all these shows. We watch Love and Hip Hop, Marriage Boot Camp. We watch all this shit, all this frivolous shit on TV for hours. We don't miss a day. But when it comes to educating our children, it's like, oh my God, like, no. Yes, it's hard. It's probably the most difficult job ever, but it's also the most important job. Because the children are the future. You understand what I'm saying? So if they're not educated, that means we have an uneducated future coming. That's why these kids run around here looking crazy. Out here killing each other, shooting each other, just popping all these drugs, smoking all these drugs. They mad ignorant. Now, if you're okay with the future generation being ignorant and all that, then cool. Don't teach your kids nothing. Wait till the government decides to teach your children. But if you are concerned with the future of your children's future, then yes, you probably should start implementing certain things at home. You understand? When they can't go to school for whatever reason, they can at least keep their brain, they educational juices flowing. Now, I mean, ain't no coming home and just staying and doing nothing. Ain't gonna turn out to be nothing but a rapper or probably an athlete, or, and all that's cool. It brings a lot of money and all that. But, I mean, what happens when that's removed? What happens when you blow your knee and you can't be a football player or basketball player? Then what? What happens when a record label drops you because of whatever might pop up in the back, man, whatever the situation? Then what? Like, what happens when you get blackballed? Like, you understand what I'm saying? What do you have to stand on? That's where education comes in. You understand what I'm saying? I wish I was this educated. I wish my family educated me with basic things, and I just had to learn. I mean, I had to learn the rest as I go along. Most of the stuff that I know, I learned in jail from reading. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't been fortunate to be with my family for a long time. You understand what I'm saying? And I had to basically teach myself, or been guided by somebody. Nevertheless, you understand what I'm saying? Like, if I would have been taught this in school, I probably never even went to jail. But everybody knows when the education is low, the crime rate is high. That's as simple as it goes. If the education level is low, if people are ignorant, then they're gonna be doing dumb, ignorant shit, and that's how they're gonna end up in jail. How you doing, Marie? You know? So I'm about to hop out this joint, you know, do what I gotta do, handle my business. You know, I got a couple things I gotta handle, a couple calls I gotta follow up on, you know. That's just so I just wanna drop that on there. The live is gonna stay there, open for any comments, suggestions, opinions. It doesn't even matter. But I'm about to sign out, man. Anybody didn't get to see this, just catch them from the beginning. I'm about to leave it here. All right, 1.